yesterday I tried to do this live video and I couldn't, so today I'm doing it. And hopefully we won't have these technical problems we were experiencing yesterday. Let me find the video. Get ready. Good afternoon, Mama. Let me turn off this music. Okay, so I'm going to set this up now. Hopefully I don't have the problems I was experiencing yesterday because that was just messed up my whole thing what I was doing. Chrome tab. Shit. Girl, remember when I saw this? I said, yeah, I'm going to definitely have to use this one. Now, let me make a disclaimer before I start this video. I want y'all to understand something. We all ask questions all the time. How are things like this? You know, why are people like this? What is wrong with the sign of the times and this and this and that? What we have to understand is, yeah, we're not living in biblical times, but biblical times has never ended. So when I come across things like this where it can explain exactly what I've been trying to relate to those of you who don't know, I have to do it. That's my responsibility. Because these people we have free will, and these people invade our free will by doing things like this and sneaking things on us that they want us to join along and participate in with them without our knowledge. We don't even know. So let's begin this video. This is, I think it's Country Black speaking in the beginning, and he's going to detail some of the things that I was talking about.
So we went to this mansion party, man, Paul and Juice. And in the mansion party, they was in there wilding, motherfucker, cocaine everywhere, weed everywhere, hoes everywhere, motherfuckers naked. It's off the chain. So I ended up went in this room where majority of niggas was in there. And I thought they was getting high, but they was freaking and shit. And Paul them like, yeah, I had came out the room and said to Paul them, what the fuck you doing in there? He said, oh, we forgot to tell you, country. You got to go take one for the team. I'm like, take one for the fucking team? What the fuck y'all talking about? They said, oh, yeah, that room you just went in. That's why we were laughing hard to hear when you was going in there. Cause, them fake, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas over there, they on some old shit. You get what I'm saying? So they like, yeah. So for us to get this TV show, me, you, or Paul got to go in there. One of us got to go in there and take one for the team.
Just in case y'all don't understand exactly what Country Black is saying, because sometimes he speaks and his speech is just so jumbled. You don't know what he's saying. He said they went to a mansion party. You heard him, remember? They went to a mansion party, and all kinds of freaky stuff was going on. And in one room, they was laughing at the room because in that room it was only just pure men. And what DJ Paul and them was telling Country Black is, if we want to get that movie role or what have you, or whatever, he said something about a movie, one of us got to go in that room and take one for the team. So there you heard it right out of his mouth. If as far as compromising themselves to get certain roles or to get up the ladder, they have to go through these different doors. We also heard Nori speak on that, but let me go back to the video.
Y'all go way back when we was 666, and we used to rap about the honeycomb hideout. The honeycomb hideout, we did all that. We did boys, the stars, and everything. Old Paul illustrated everything.
All right, y'all. What is going on? It's Black Balloon.
Now, remember, I was also speaking to y'all at one time or another about their symbolism. If you're looking at the screen right now, you can see the symbolism that my girl here is displaying. Um, she's doing the one eye symbolism. So, if you're not educated on certain things, you're not, this is going to go right past you, because I know at the time when this was being done by a lot of these artists, this had went past me. But as I start to educate myself and I see something like this, I know exactly what type of time they're on. But let me get back to the video.
And I'm coming back with another video, so y'all already know what's going on. All right, y'all. We're finally getting to the highly requested Gangsta Boo video. And in this video, we're gonna start off just a little bit different for the sakes of me getting my channel back, and me just having to do a few things a little different on this channel to keep it from not getting deleted again, and just kind of keep YouTube hands off of this channel. All right. So we are gonna get into the good stuff, but first we're just gonna talk a little bit about the background of Gangsta Boo through this article, right? Just so we can get a little bit familiar for those that may not know. So it says Gangsta Boo, Memphis rapper, formerly with 3-6 Mafia, dies at 43. Born Lola Cantrell Mitchell, she was one of the first female rappers to build off the gangster rap image and sound that took off in the 1990s, right? So it says the Memphis rapper and former member of 3-6 Mafia, who, as Gangsta Boo, helped define Southern rap with her confident flows and forged a path for other female artists, died on Sunday in Memphis. She was 43. All right. So the first thing we get, she died on a Sunday. She also died on January 1st, the first day of the year.
Now, I want y'all to take notice of the devil horn she's putting up, the Baphomet sign. This has nothing to do with hip hop. This does not come from the streets. You see the Baphomet sign? She's putting her hands up as the devil horns on the top of her head. Okay.
In 2023. Now, if you put 2023 backwards, you get 322, which we all know that represents skull and bones. Now, another thing, as far as her dying on Sunday, there's a long, long list of celebrities who have died on Sundays. A long list. I actually have a video on this channel where I put a clip of how many celebrities have died on a Sunday. I think the biggest celebrity to die on a Sunday recently is Kobe Bryant. Nipsey Hussle also died on a Sunday. The dude who filmed Boys in the Hood and a bunch of more movies, he died on a Sunday as well. Excuse me for not remembering his name right now, but there's a bunch of celebrities who's died on a Sunday. We know Sunday and sun worship
His name is John.
go hand in hand. So that's why a lot of celebrities, a lot of rituals are done on Sundays. Now it says she was found dead on Sunday afternoon in a neighborhood west of Memphis International Airport. No immediate signs of foul play. So supposedly she died um, from an overdose. And if I'm not mistaken, I think her brother actually overdosed the night before and was sent to the hospital, and he survived. So supposedly this is a fentanyl laced overdose. And y'all already know what I think about overdose. You know, rather, she was given something that, obviously killed her. Rather, it was planned this way. But every time, one of these older artists die, it's always from an overdose. You know, and not to mention how many deaths we've kind of been getting out of Memphis lately. Especially, this kind of goes right back to Big Scar dying a couple of weeks ago, which he died from overdose as well. Then just a few days later, basically, Gangsta Boo dies on a Sunday, January 1st, from an overdose. Right? And so it says their debut album, Mystic Style, is a nightmarish addition to the booming rap scene at that time. The album, part of a subgenre of rap known as horrorcore, captivated listeners with its dark references to death and murders, its eerie beats, and its ominous vocals.
Now he referenced the music 3 6 Mafia was putting out. He referenced it as horrorcore. Now this was about, I think 3 6 Mafia came out 1999 or 1998, and prior to them, there was not this much reference to demonic activity, satanic activity, and not this blatant showing of mixing it into our music. But just wait till they start speaking on their own. I think I might fast forward a little bit because he's talking a lot, but he is speaking some truth as well. But you can't make this stuff up. Peace, Judah. And then we met the internet. Peace, y'all.
Vocals. Gangsta Boo referred to herself on the album as the devil's daughter, capturing the supernatural tone of the project. So, that already kind of gives us the idea that way back in 1995, when DJ Paul was nothing but maybe 17, Gangsta Boo 16, Juicy J, they all around the same age. Crunchy Black, they all around the same age as each other when this group started. So you have to ask yourself, what was a 17, 16-year old, 17, whatever DJ Paul was, since he's basically the one that started the group. What was he doing already with the knowledge of the 666? He was 17 years old, basically already pledging allegiance to the devil. At 17, he already had some of this knowledge in play. They were already called 3-6 Mafia. It didn't turn into 3-6 Mafia when he became 25. He was a teenager with that name already. And as we go through this video, we're going to dig into the, kind of the history of 3-6, go a little bit into Lord Infamous, go a little bit into Koopsta, the two that are already dead. I have clips from him. I have clips from Crunchy Black, and we're just going to go into what they Gangsta Boo and her overdose. I figured we take this video to, kind of unearth it all. So with that being said, we're going to jump into this first clip. So check this out.
I just got my tongue pierced. But I love Murder Dogs. They helped us out a lot. We love you. Thank you. Y'all helped us go gold. Thank all of our fans. We love everybody. Keep buying our shit. My album is Inquiring Minds. Gangsta Boo. We got 3-6 Mafia, Turn Club of Thugs, a lot of shit from 9-8 until 2G. You know what I'm saying? That's eternity. So fuck with us.
I don't know what other guys will come tell you, hey, well, now we want, man, look, you don't play with the 666 name, right? You know what it is. You do have a conscience. The average person go and say 666, I'm 666. You just straight up, somebody gonna come and say, you going to hell. And if you really with that Christian religious shit, you gonna think you're going straight to hell. You get what I'm saying? So we knew what the fuck it was. I knew what the fuck it was, and I enjoyed it.
But being signed to the devil, how do you,
Oh, nigga, I ain't nothing.
what do you mean by being signed to the
All
devil?
right, just keep on making the fire and the lights gonna go out now. Big hit the light switch, big. Nah, nah, nigga, you know what I'm talking about, man. 3-6 Mafia, man. Come on, man. I can't give you all the goddamn secrets, man. Come on. Go get me some come over here. No, but you know what I'm talking about for real, man.
Yeah.
You know, 3-6 Mafia. We can't call ourselves that shit because just saying the shit, you know, we got to tap in, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, 666. We did the pentagram shit, the what do you call that shit? We
The
did all
Ouija
that
board.
spaghetti, the Ouija board. We did all that old spooky ass shit when we was kids. Well, something seemed like it happened. You know what I'm saying? How do you think 3-6 is not like Coop dead, rest in peace, Coop. Lord dead, really rest in peace, Lord. You get what I'm saying? And here come me, Paul, and Juicy is still alive. Just imagine if Boo was dead. Don't want Boo to be dead. Then it might wouldn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But since it's still four of us, it's still straight. You see what I'm saying?
Now, I don't know if y'all heard what he said, but he said, just imagine if Boo was dead. Who's dead now? There was only four of them left. Two of them had passed away, but you're gonna see what they was talking about and towards the end of this video. It's not that long, but look what he said. He said, what if Boo was dead? Let's continue.
Three, if the three of us die, then the little shit we probably did for real or didn't do for real wouldn't work.
Now, y'all see what he just said, right? He said if three of us would die, then the little shit that we did or wouldn't have did wouldn't work. Now, if you caught what he said before that, he said, now imagine if Boo died. Then he, corrected himself and said, now I don't want Boo to die, but what would make him say, me, and I'm speaking as Crunchy Black, he said, me, Paul, and Juicy, we still alive. And then he said, now what if Boo died? Like, what would make him put her as the one who's gonna die? Why he ain't say me, Boo, and Juicy still alive, and then be like, now what if Paul died? Now imagine if Paul died, or imagine if Juicy died. It's very eerie and odd that he chooses to say, now imagine if Boo died. Imagine if Gangsta Boo died. But I don't want her to die. It's very odd that he chose her name instead of DJ Paul or Juicy J. Then he goes on to talk about how four of them are still alive. So he was basically saying the stuff that they did, all the devil worshiping that they did and rituals that they did, it would have basically he was trying to say that it wouldn't work, or it may have not have worked if three of them ended up dying. But at the same time, it's kind of a play on their entire group name. They were 3-6 Mafia. And now, guess what? Three out of the six is now dead. So, no, what they did, yes, it did work because the devil never, holds up his end of the deal. And now part of that deal is now complete that three of them, 3-6 Mafia, are now dead. And basically, the most three that are mostly famous to the world, Crunchy Black, Juicy J, DJ Paul, are still alive and kicking. Lord Infamous was very famous and a legend himself, but I would like to think Crunchy, Juicy, and DJ Paul were like the most famous that people would see and be like, okay, I know who they are. You would have to be real fans of them to look at Coop or look at Lord Infamous and be like, you know, you know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like most people probably, unless you're a real fan, you wouldn't even really, you see Gangsta Boo, most people ain't gonna know who she was. And I'm talking about, the younger people and stuff like that, but they know who Crunchy Black, Juicy J, he's been with Wiz so long. They know DJ Paul, they know who they is. I think DJ Paul, the owner of FaZe Clan. So they got a lot of ties to stuff that's relevant today. Um, So it makes sense why they're the last three out of the group. Now, Lord Infamous was probably the worst. And I'm not saying like the worst as in talent wise. I'm saying he was like, all of his single songs that were not a part of the group, they were all like, related to the devil. They all was just devil type titles. He was probably on drugs, the worst. And I actually want to show y'all this little clip of Lord Infamous talking about how when he died, he went straight to hell. So we're gonna get right into that, and then I'm gonna come back after another clip. We're gonna go a little bit more into Coopster's story as well, and he's gonna talk about the group as well. So check this out.
What's up, Lord Infamous? From the 3-6 Mafia and the Cheddar Club of Thugs. Finna kick a little flow out here for Mad Dog. Something like this here. Essence of the blessings keep me puzzled like enigma. My partner put me down with a stop bound to compress chiba. My smoking flows like blissful musical notes from mysterious Jifa. On Halloween, I pass it out to all the trick-or-treaters. In 1999, the Middle East will come nuclear bombers. So now, Lord Infamous blasting up with 60 bull and poker hunt to smoke out your lungs and powder your nose. We grabbing big bushes or something, we kicking, we breaking our season, we breaking our sticks, and we breaking our cigars and making our stick. 666 Mafia, getting surrounded because we get out of this atmosphere without the smoke in her eyes, of blood, reverberation, and tears. Clouds on the right, on the left, to the rear. Scare, come me keep clouds of smoke flying out to mid lungs. Me keep the spices sprinkled down like a cage on.
I can't
I
even
called
pause
this
it
album
now
back
because I
from the
lost it.
dead
So I'm gonna just
because
put it out.
I've been dead 4 times. Those are the times that I remember. I heard it was more than that. Shit, I OD like 3 times. The last time I had a stroke, heart attack, kidney failure, and pneumonia in the same night. I died in an ambulance for like 30 seconds. Seemed like an eternity. But I saw a sign because I was dead, but I was in hell. I went to hell. People say hell is after the judgment day. I guarantee that's a fucking lie. I went straight there. Do not pass go, do not collect, motherfucker. Straight to hell. You know what I'm saying? The demons were down there torturing me. There were certain hooks in my body, and they were ripping my skin apart, ripping my limbs off, and these hooks would turn to coils, and they would drill in my body. They would turn red hot, like when you stick steel in fire. And they would take the hooks, and they would raise me up into this net hooks, and they would keep inserting my body. And then they would tear me, and then they would slam me down into this lava pit.
Every time I try to
Over and
do
over
this,
again. And then it will switch up. Some more demons will come. The demons were fighting over me. And the other demons would take me. They would put me in this grinding machine. It was like a big wheel with all these spikes on it.
And what 666 did was made those two parts of the city come together. South Memphis ought to go to rap, North Memphis and rap, North Memphis ought to go, cause we was all full of, what I'm saying, rappers from all over. So we really just brought the city together. Yes, I was deeply, I don't know about nobody else, but I can tell you, we was doing with 666. Hey, we exactly knew what it meant. You know what I'm saying? So shit, I kind of didn't want to get into all that, no matter what I blame God for doing, I hated God for what he did. But as it came to the 666, I don't think I hate him that much. But I did it because it was money. And so, you could, I even had the satanic books, the little warlock materials, every Warlock got to have a dagger, cut the little punch stars, whatever, little candles and shit. I had all that. I was into all that. So because something about the other Bible didn't work out. So I can tell you this: we did, folks at 666. Some folks were scared of it and left. Put it like that. But me, I meant what I was saying. I definitely meant it. I said, so God, you're gonna play like that, huh? Well, I got you. I'm gonna make black folks comfortable with 666. Back then, black folks was like scared of this shit. You know, they wasn't too much on it. It's basically rock and roll. You know, they said 666, they go, ah. Then they start listening to it and go to church. So they said, asked a lot of y'all worship the devil. They say they Christians, but they bumping 666. You get what I'm saying? So my job was out of anger to make black people get comfortable with their name. And I was very intelligent with it because I read a lot about it. You know, so I read a lot of books. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Baptist. I'm not an atheist. I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a Catholic. I don't believe in Jews. I don't believe in a lot of this bullshit that they make up. It's all to maintain order. Now, I can't talk against religion because without religion, which is what they use to maintain order, if that happened, it'd be a lot of chaos. You get what I'm saying? But I read a lot and I put all that into the music and the energy. You get what I'm saying? Because how you get Satan's name going, you get the kids to liking it. Now today, see, I think we was one of the first people to break it like that. You would think 666 would have been a rock and roll band. So I think I was used by Satan, and I think he's a bitch. I don't fear him. I don't even believe in that motherfucker no more. But just to get black people, you know, once you get the black people, which are the riders of the Bible, they carry the Bible on their back like Jesus, Yahshua, whatever his name is, told with the cross, you know what I'm saying, the crux or whatever. But anyway, we got people comfortable with his name, and we made sure we made songs the violent, very, very violent. We made songs
Yo, Cutthroat, what's up, King? Listen, can you hear me, Mercy? I had to go back out and come back in, but if you listen to what they were both saying, the two 3-6 Mafia members that passed away, they even said that they were gearing their music towards the children to pull young children into Satanism. What's the word, King? To pull young children into to that type of energy. So when I'm talking about them doing this, it's not just 3-6 Mafia that's doing it. They just went all out. But it's a lot of them that are into this, and they went through that door to poison the children's mind and to use hypnosis on the children. So when we talk about how evil and wicked the kids have turned out to be, this is a part of it. It's not all of it, but it's a part of it because it's real. Programming and hypnosis through music is real. Okay, so when we have these groups doing these type of things, we have to hold them accountable. We have to hold them accountable. People don't think this is real. People think it's a game, but it definitely is real. And also, I was talking about this last night. When Michael Jackson discovered the methods they were using to program people through music and stuff, he did remember the time showing us as royalty, and he kept on saying remember, 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 remember throughout the whole song. So Michael knew what he was doing. He was trying to use that same hypnosis they used to program us to be negative and to be wicked and evil. He was trying to get us to remember that we're kings and queens. And this is why they got mad at Michael Jackson and labeled him a child molester, because he was using their method, MK Ultra, in reverse. He was using it to educate us. He was using it. He was trying to wake us up, and they didn't like that. Prior to Michael Jackson putting us on the world stage as the original Egyptians, it was never shown like that before. They never showed people, black people, as Egyptians. I read about Drake and Billie Eilish doing the same. Yeah, and the Beatles. What's up, nephew? And the Beatles also. Also, when Michael Jackson bought the catalog, when he bought half of the music industry, the publishing, the music that he knew was using these type of hypnotic methods to have us on low levels and operate on low vibrational waves. Love you too, nephew. He wouldn't let them use the Beatles music. Like for a long time, nobody could sample the Beatles. He also owned Eminem's publishing, Jay-Z and B. All the major artists were signed under the publishing companies that Michael bought. So this was a big problem with them with Michael, y'all. It was a lot of things going on with Michael that we did not know. But Michael was definitely going against the whole industry once he found out what they were sneaking and doing through the music, and once he found out how they was just sucking us dry in that industry. The Beatles' Yellow Submarine album also hypnotizing. Yeah, the drums was used based off African beats that they used to use as a method of hypnotizing. So it's definitely real. Um, I just wanted y'all to hear artists, top artists like 3-6 Mafia, speak out of their own mouth and say that they were purposely using hypnosis in the music to reach the children, to open up black people to Satanism. You can't deny it. It can't be denied. You see how wicked, and you see how the kids now, fast forward to 2021, 2020, 2011, 2012, they're calling themselves demons. So this is why they rewarded 3-6 Mafia with that Oscar, because I remember when they won that Oscar. And I kept saying, why the hell are they getting this prestigious award that's over the Grammys, over the BET Awards, over the American Music Awards, over all those awards? They gave them an Oscar, which is usually given for big movie scores and stuff like that, which the Hard Out Here for a Pimp album, or whatever the name of that album was, definitely was for a movie. But it wasn't that great for them to get an Oscar. They got an Oscar for what they were doing under behind the curtain and being able to open us up and use a frequency that will open us up into the early stages of Satanism. Because I told y'all before, they didn't have that Satan stuff going on in hip hop until rock and roll, until hip hop just basically destroyed rock and roll. All of that Satanism stuff was being done through rock and roll. We had our own music. We had hip hop, didn't have none of that. But after rock and roll was destroyed, they slowly started mixing Satanism into hip hop. And now you can see it all in hip hop. Almost everywhere you look, you see Satanism. Uh, MJ just one of the hundreds of examples. Facts 075. But the reason why I use MJ was because he was the one that was the most gangster to me. because he tricked them and he turned around and bought half of the publishing of the music industry. No other black man had achieved that, and no other black man will achieve that. He bought the whole half of the industry from them. They would have had to go to Michael to use things and pay him, not only for his own publishing, but to use other people publishing because he owned it. So when Paul McCartney of the Beatles was telling him that he was getting ready to purchase that large catalog and he was bidding on it, he told his lawyers while Paul was telling him about it, he told his lawyers to go find out how much Paul was bidding and overbid him. So let's say Paul was bidding 40 million, Michael bid 45 million and bought it, y'all. But see, they wasn't as mad at Michael for owning half the industry as they were. No, no, that's not. That's my damn iPad. People keep sending me messages every 5 minutes. They wasn't as mad as at Michael as they were at mad at him because he bought the catalog, even though they was pissed off at that, as they were of him portraying us as the original Egyptians. And I told y'all before, everybody got punished that was in that video. Magic Johnson got punished. Okay. They made him say he had AIDS. Eddie Murphy, he didn't do movies for a long time after that. John Singleton, he didn't do music for a long time after that. And he never gained his spot back. He wound up dying a couple years back. And Iman, they wouldn't give her no more work. She had to go marry David Bowie to get to, to be okay, because they wouldn't give her no work. So I'm just wanting to show y'all some examples as I come across them. People tend to ask us what happened. How did we get this way? Well, they've been doing a lot of sneaky stuff, y'all, to get us this way. And we're supposed to have free will. You see how they say in the Bible that the devil took Jesus Christ away for 40 days and nights and kept offering him all the riches of the world and everything for him to go against God, and he wouldn't do it. Well, the same thing is happening now, because who represents Jesus on this planet now in this day and time, in modern time? We do. God did not have just one son. We are all descendants of the Most High. So what they do is to us is the same thing they was doing to Jesus, offering us all these riches and all these material things on earth to get us away from living under the laws of the Most High. And that's why we are succumbing. We succumb to them, and that's why we're able to be victimized. Even though we're the children of the Most High, we have free will. So by them tricking us into siding with them, this is why all of this is happening to us. Because in all reality, anything they really want to do, they can't do without our permission. So they'll put it in movies and they'll put it in songs and they'll have us following it, and we don't really know what we're following, and we don't understand that we are giving them permission. And this is what happens, because you know why? We got lack of knowledge of who we really are. All of this aspect of us, the truth about us and our origins, is not as simple as other races, because we are the children of the Most High. So that's why our language was taken. That's why our history was taken. That's why the only thing they teach us about history is being a slave. Because if they can convince us that we're beneath them, they can keep us beneath them. So I like to drop these jewels every now and then just to plant some seeds in your minds about what we really dealing with here. Because biblical times have never ended. It's just modernized. And it's camouflaged in a different way now. But it's the same thing is going on. The children of the Most High are still being attacked. So I'm going to get up out of here. I didn't want to stay up here too long. If you didn't see the beginning, I hope it came out right this time. You can go back and rewind and listen to the beginning. But as I come across things that I can clearly show y'all that what I'm saying is true, how we were infiltrated and why we do the things we do today, how we were influenced to be what we do today, murder, death, kill, and all this crazy stuff that's going on, I will present it on this channel. So peace and love, and stop. Thank you for dropping by. I don't want to beat y'all in y'all damn head, because I could go for hours with this. The other day I went for 5 hours. If you look in my lives, you see I did a 5-hour explanation of what went on with us, what is really going on with us. So I love y'all. I'll probably come back later because I wanted to talk some more about some other stuff that I'm just doing my research before I start speaking on it. But I need y'all to be aware. Don't just stay safe, but be aware because they be tricking us into giving up our divinity. They trick us into giving up our protection from the Most High by co-signing with their stuff, y'all. So 075 Cutthroat. Um, thanks, Judah. Thanks, Mercy. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I'll be back later if I get some rest. Because right now, I think I hear a little mouse in here, a critter. And I have to catch this critter because I can't live with no mice. So even though I'm scared to death, I'm going to go put some of these traps down. And I'm going to try to catch that little bastard. I love you too, King.